One of the best ways to sell your online course is by creating an awesome sales page. And while tools like WooCommerce and even LearnDash give you some ability to create a good landing page, there are much better tools out there. One of them is CartFlows. CartFlows is a service that allows you to get more leads, increase conversions, and maximize profits. And while it is a paid service, it also offers a completely free WordPress plugin called Funnel Builder. This integrates with LearnDash and WooCommerce to create stunning landing pages for your course. We're going to build our very own funnel using CartFlows. Let's get started. So the first thing that we'll mention here is that there is some setup. We need to have LearnDash installed, of course. We need to have WooCommerce installed because CartFlows integrates directly with WooCommerce. And we're going to be using a page builder called Elementor. Elementor is an extremely popular page builder that CartFlows also integrates with, though if you use Beaver Builder or even the Gutenberg block editor, CartFlows will work just fine there too. There's also one more thing we need to set up before we start making our flow, and that is associating our LearnDash course with a WooCommerce product. Now, we have already created both the product and the course, but we haven't connected them yet. In order to do that, we'll need one more add-on, and that is the WooCommerce integration for LearnDash. You can find that on the LearnDash add-ons page. Ours is already installed and activated. So let's go ahead and get to products, and we're going to make our cart flow for the Build Your Podcast Website in 3 Days course. So we'll click on that. We'll grab the URL, which we'll need later, and then we'll scroll down to the product's information. Under related courses, we'll make sure Launch Your Podcast Website in 3 Days is selected, and then we'll save that. Now we'll head over to our LearnDash courses, to the Launch Your Podcast Website in 3 Days course, and we'll go to the settings. You can see that our course access mode is set to buy now. We're going to want to set this to closed. The price is still the same. Actually, it was $98 over on the product page. And then we'll change the button URL to the product URL. Now, because we're using CartFlows, this is not going to matter too much. But we'll click Update. We'll go back to our dashboard. And now we're ready to install CartFlows. So let's start by going to Plugins, Add New, and then searching for CartFlows. We'll get the first option that shows up here, Funnel Builder by CartFlows, and we'll click Install Now, and then we'll activate it. Once CartFlows is activated, you'll be prompted to start the setup wizard. So we'll click Start Wizard, and then we'll be brought through the setup process. We'll be brought to the welcome page first, and then we'll be asked to select a page builder. Elementor is already selected because we have that one installed, but you can pick Beaver Builder, Divi, or another one if you prefer. We'll stick with Elementor. We'll click Next, and then it's going to ask us how we want to use the checkout process for WooCommerce. Now, I already have WooCommerce installed, so this is just going to install the WooCommerce Cart Abandonment Recovery plugin. I'm going to go ahead and click No Thanks for that. It's then going to ask if I want to take the training course. I'll click No Thanks for that. And now we're ready to get started. So let's create a flow. The first thing we'll see when we go to create a flow is a list of pre-made templates we can choose from. You can see that some are pro templates, but some are free, including inline checkout and evergreen product. Let's go ahead and click Evergreen Product 3. We'll import that template, and then we'll be brought to the flow screen. So let's give this a name. We'll call it Course Sales Page. And then there are 3 steps. The first is the landing page. This will be the sales page. The second is the checkout page. And the third is the thank you page. And you'll notice that because we're using WooCommerce and it's bringing us to a checkout page, we need to assign a product. So let's do that first. We'll update the flow so that our name saves, and then we'll click edit on the checkout page section of the flow. If we look at checkout layout, you'll see that there are lots of different options that we can choose from here. While we're not going to take a deep dive into this plugin right now, we are going to select the product we want users to buy. So we'll search for a product. Let's do the podcast website one, and then we'll click update. While we're on this screen, let's go ahead and customize it. We can do that by clicking edit with Elementor. Each step in the flow process has its own Elementor layout, and we can make customizations. So in this template on the checkout page, we see a money back guarantee and we see information about the product. So let's edit that so that users know what exactly they're buying. So with our text added, we'll click update on that. We can modify the no risk guarantee, and we'll just delete that text. Then we'll click update and we'll go back to the WordPress admin. So with our checkout page modified, let's go back to edit flow and let's get to the main event here. Let's edit the landing page. So we'll click on the first step in the flow. We'll click edit and then we'll click edit with Elementor. Now, before we do that, there are a couple of landing page settings here. For example, the custom script, we can add things like Facebook Pixel or Hotjar, just custom to this landing page if we'd like. But for now, we'll just stick to what comes with Elementor. You can see that we already have a nice looking page here. And if we close the Elementor sidebar, we could see what it looks at full screen. So I'm not going to go ahead and modify this entire page, but I will change a couple of things like the headline here. Okay, so we've modified our headline. Maybe we'll also change the image here, though this is a very nice looking image, so that people know this is a podcasting course. And then we'll update the call to action. So you can see that there's some information and a plan here. There's a price. We'll change that price, and we'll change the button text. What we don't want to do is change the link, because this is how CartFlows knows where to go next. So we'll just change the text to enroll today. We'll click update, and we'll go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now again, I only changed a few elements on this page to demonstrate how the flow and editing the flow works, but you can make modifications to any area of this landing page. So we'll go back to the dashboard, and then we'll go back to edit the flow. The last thing that we haven't looked at here is the thank you page. So we'll click edit on that. If we take a look at the thank you page settings, we'll see some design information, the thank you fields, so we can enable the order overview and information about the order, and we can add that custom script again. And if we click edit with Elementor, we'll see some information that we can modify. We'll have a thank you heading. The order information will be here, and then a call to action. So CartFlows is not only a great way to create stunning landing pages, but it's a way to customize the thank you page, which generally in WooCommerce requires you to know some PHP code and be familiar with the WooCommerce templating system. So we'll leave this as is for now. We'll go back to edit the dashboard, and then we'll go back to edit flow one more time. So we want to enable test mode for this flow. We don't want to actually go through the purchase process to see what the entire process looks like. So we'll click enable test mode, and then we'll click update. But there's still one more step we need to take on our course page. So let's go to LearnDash courses. We'll click on launch your podcast website in 3 days, and we'll go to settings. And if we scroll down, we'll see a new setting for select CartFlows template for this course. This will make it so that if a non-student accesses the course page directly, maybe through your course grid, they will be taken to the landing page that we just created and not to the regular course page. So we will select the landing page we just created. We'll click update. And now if we go to an incognito window to the front end of our site and we click launch your podcast website in 3 days from our course grid, we will be redirected to our landing page. And from here, we can start the checkout process. So test mode is activated, we could see, but we could see the modifications that we made. If we click call to action and then click enroll today, you could see the next step in our flow, which is the checkout page that we've created. So we'll fill in all of this information here. And I've turned on check payments. Check payments is a great way in general to test your checkout flow in WooCommerce because you can place the order without having to put any payment information in. I'll click place order. And you could see the thank you page that we were able to modify as well as the order details. So that's it for this video. In it, we looked at how to build a stunning landing page using CartFlows and Elementor. It integrates nicely with LearnDash and WooCommerce, and best of all, both CartFlows and the version of Elementor we're using are free. So you can do this all right now from within your WordPress site. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to click the thumbs up down below and subscribe to this channel for more great content.